Hi, Tom Hudson here, student at Liberty University. This is my Nursing 490 Nurse Leadership Servant Leader interview. I have here Mr. Brett Tolich, good friend of mine. We've worked together for the last 5 years in an emergency department. We've worked side by side, trading off charge nurse duties. And currently I work for Brett as a registry nurse for his personal company, RN Resources. Brett, thank you for your time. Just want quick let you know that we're filming this, of course, and I'm sending it in for the class. I need your permission, of course.
No problem.
Glad
to help. Thanks.
Part of the reason I chose Brett for this interview process is Brett has a very strong work ethic and a nursing leadership style that I admire. I'm sure today we'll get his model out of him at some point. If not, I'll drag it out of him, but I expect to hear it. Brett, so having worked together, kind of knowing where you're coming from, we both have served in the military and of course hit that servant leader position and worked our way up through the ranks. We've seen good leadership, bad leadership. But what is your definition of a servant leader?
Well, I think that example of the military is a good one, because that's where you get to begin to see what leadership is effective and what's not, what you want to adopt into your own style, and what you begin to carry out into your profession. To me, I've found that the leadership style that I like is more, I'm a sports guy, so more of a player's coach. You know, there's teams at my excellent level of ball skills, you know, which is basically D-League around the town.
Yeah.
You have your players are also the coaches. So you couldn't tell who the leader was in the team except for the one making the decisions and pulling everything together, doing all the behind the scenes stuff that makes the whole unit work as one good effective unit. So a servant leader to me is somebody who does exactly that. Brings everybody together, makes everybody feel like they're a part of the group to make the group special and very effective.
What do you consider your own personal leadership strengths?
Basically motivation, and I'd have to say the way that I think. You know, the ability to do multiple things at one time, take on different roles, take on different responsibilities, and I can see the big picture and then try to identify ways to get there. You know, there's so many times that I have 100 things going on in my mind when you're trying just to have, you know, a nice conversation with, for example, your wife, and you really can see that something's, you know, kind of brewing, but not knowing that everything's going on in there. So the ability to multitask and manage various different responsibilities, I have to say, is one of my best strengths.
And I think along those lines, both of us coming from that military background, and we're having worked together for the last few years, I always see when people ask me about that leadership experience, I always see it as I have the ability to lead when I need to, and follow when I have to.
Exactly.
And be able to interchange those roles and bounce back and forth.
Well, that's exactly right. And you're day to day, you're doing so many different things as a servant leader, whether it be, just being a father is a servant leader. And we have all kinds of things that we can learn from our families. You know, the different roles and the different types of work we do, whether as an employer or a business owner, you know, there's always other people that are going to have to be involved in the decision-making process and drawing out your strengths.
One thing I want to pull from you about your leadership strength is the motto of your company.
Let nobody work harder than you today.
And every time I work for you, I feel like I do my best to live up to that for you.
Good.
And keep your company moving forward.
Well,
So.
First of all, you do a very good job with that. I mean, as a leader of my company, and in particular you drive me. So as the servant leader, I need to watch you and also take my cues from you. And that helps me be a better leader, a better nurse, and just a more effective team again. So again, getting back to servant leadership, everybody draws off of each other in a good working team. So.
Would you describe yourself as a servant leader? And if so, can you give an example? And I think you've given some great examples already.
Yeah.
Easily I can describe you as a servant leader, and that's part of the reason I asked you to be involved with this with me today.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm more of a servant than a leader, in my own opinion. As an RM, we're basically serving people all the time, right? So, and that doesn't, you don't just do a job like this because you want a career. It has to be part of you. So, I think you and I both are servants deep down, but you and I also are both able to want success, and we want more in our lives. So we're willing to take on that responsibility.
That's a great point. What role do you allow fellow staff members to play in collaborating on decisions?
Depending, again, the different roles that you have, ideally you want to listen to everybody. I've found in my experience that there is more than one way to do things, and your idea, meaning mine, might not be the best. And I've had to take some knocks on that and be able to open up my mind and listen to what everybody has to say about reaching an objective. So if you're willing to do that, which I am, I like to get as much input from as many people as I can to see what we have and weigh it all out, put it all together, to reach the goal. And once again, when everybody is heard and feels part of it and feels responsible, there's a proudness that comes with that. And again, forms more of a cohesion in the teams.
I love this one, and I know you're going to answer it without any issues. Do you allow for staff members to meet their full potential, and if so, how do you accomplish this goal?
By putting them in over what they see as being in over their heads, where I can see objectively that they have everything it takes to succeed. I like to put people in positions that they are going to succeed in. So that was done to me through my career, and it worked out well. It gave me the confidence that I could do a job that I didn't think I was ready for, and I'm just basically repaying the favor.
Building these people up, making them stronger, better nurses.
Absolutely. Which is already in it. It just needs drawn out.
Exactly, and even seeing that today with students on the floor nursing environment,
Right.
They're requiring that challenge, and so many of their preceptors aren't doing it for them.
Well, everybody wants to go to bed at the end of the day with good thoughts and confidence that they did a good thing and that they were actually productive in their time for the day. So whether you're a student, whether you're just whoever, people should be drawing that out, from each other. And as a leader, having done this for 20 years, I've just naturally had to assume this responsibility of a leader through owning the company, working as a nurse, taking students as a preceptor, and again, empower that strength within people to give them the confidence at the end of the day when they walk out and call it good. So.
Okay. Well, that was 5 questions. Hoping that we cleared the 10-minute at least mark here. I really do appreciate your time. Pleasure talking to you about this. Many successes in your company. I can't see it going anywhere but up from here. So
yeah, hopefully, but good people like you and the team that we have, I think you really can't do but improve and keep building on that. So thank you, man.
Thank you, Brad.
Appreciate it.